So, starting off on Echo Isles, sort of the map that was once considered pretty bad for Night Elf and pretty good for Orc in the days of Talons, and we might be returning to those days. Wouldn't be surprised to see Demon Hunter creeping the Merc camp, then Demon Hunter Immolation creeping the Murlocs. That's what we saw yesterday from Cini, and I would expect that trend to continue. For FoCuS, it seems like all the top orcs have different approaches to the game. Soin, Hitman, FoCuS, those are the three orcs we've seen so far, and I wouldn't be surprised to see all three of them have slightly different counters to what the Night Elves are doing.
Immolation creeping. Is that a thing here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it is. And it's strong.
I think the Murlocs, right? Should be pretty good.
Yeah, I think as the third camp, generally, at least what we saw yesterday, of course, still new. People are still figuring out the creep routes, and it takes Night Elves a little bit longer sometimes. Mercenary camp into green, into Murloc is what we saw yesterday, which was a very fast level 3.
All right, I'm excited to see this. I think some Knights have also been skipping Evasion, right? Go Mana Burn and Immolation. Seems very taxing on the Moonwells. We're still discovering exactly how far Immolation can go. Seems like it can go quite far already. Of course, it was super Omega buffed from 10 DPS to 16 DPS, which is quite the jump. And on level 3, I think it's even 80% increase, right?
Wow. Yeah, it's
good.
It's quite a lot of, all I know is it's quite a lot of damage, alright? I'll tell you that much. It's quite a lot of damage. And we're going to see the first of it here. And, oh, he gets Talisman. Same thing that happened
that's so good.
yesterday. Yeah, now
that's
he just goes Mana Burn. So
yeah. Oh my god, this is so good. Alright, game 1 already over?
If you ask me if I was playing this game, I would say yes. I would say that in the loading screen. But for FoCuS, again, I want to see what his approach is. Is he going to have a different response that is going to be good? Because fighting this Demon Hunter straight up, at least, you know, once there is Talons out, if it is Talons, is pretty ridiculous. This Demon Hunter is soloing an Orange Camp at 2 minutes in the game, Remo.
Alright, this is pretty sick. What does he get? Circlet. Oh, Blade could kill quite a few units here. Needs to be fast, though. Needs to be fast, though. Gets one. Doesn't get the second. Oh, mistake by FoCuS. Could have gotten that. Alright.
Oh, item, though.
That
was the item.
Fast creeping. Oh, more important last hits here. This demon's going to be pretty low, though, for a while. Oh, the Shadow Priest. The Shadow Priest is pretty important to heal up the Demon Hunter. But that is the first big kill for FoCuS. Picks up the level 2 as well.
And maybe the Archer, if it doesn't Shadow Meld soon, there could be a Windwalk. Perfectly timed Shadow Meld. There's the Salve. Could cancel it. Does he want to sack the Archer to cancel the Salve? No, sir. Demon Hunter, 1 creep away from level 3, and that's what would have been that 1 Murloc that was stolen, of course. Can't help but think the 15 Sway could have been a little bit more efficient on the Mercenary Camp creep, just so there was no opportunity at all for FoCuS to steal any creeps. Maybe if he had used the Priest and the Archer, that would have been the difference maker.
Oh, Archer snared. There's no dust, though.
Oh, Trappers. Are they going to kill that? Maybe. Nope. There's a 3. Okay, so that's... I don't know if you go Mana Burn level 2 or Immolation level 2 just yet. I guess it depends on what plays you want to make. But because the blade's already as they say in the biz, maybe Immolation could be better.
Again, heavy tax on the Moonwells. Not much juice in there at all. Do you play Bears? Yeah, right? Or do you?
Oh, Hunter Soul. I think the best strat, I mean, obviously people are still figuring it out. Talons is what we saw exclusively yesterday. But I think Keeper second, Mass Dryads, pure aggression is the best style. But maybe I'll be proven wrong.
FoCuS has looked really good against Mass Dryads in the past. He, against that, would oftentimes go double Bestiary. But here we have a Torrent Totem starting out, and the TC second. He is expecting Talons, and won't find any.
Yeah, it's always hard to get the perfect scout on that. Sometimes players just say, whatever, I'm going to go TC every time I see a Demon Hunter, and Shadow Hunter every time I see a Keeper. Just to be a little bit more consistent. But at least the Blade Master for FoCuS is consistent here. Slippers, the double claw, the Centerfoot is so insane, right?
It's plus 15. That's almost as much DPS as level 1 Immolation is.
But only to 1 unit, of course, not to the 10 surrounding it, so getting there. Okay, first lore. Are we gonna see the tier 3 tech? No second lore yet, so you might be right about the bears. Oh, there's no way he gets this canceled. He might even die. A crit would kill him.
Fuego.
And a second. That's a lot of AoE. We're gonna need a ton of heal scrolls. TC already getting pretty close to level 2 now. Oh, salve's canceled.
Grunts.
Speed scroll maybe? Stomp? Doesn't have it, of course. Oh, this is risky business. He could break the wall that would block the other 2 low grunts with this Demon Hunter. Surprised he turned the immolation off. He could have committed the TP there and maybe at least got a grunt, but I guess with this blade, risky business.
Level 3 demon with boots, creating space. In the past it was only with mana burn. Nowadays it's also with immolation as tier 3 is coming second lower. It is going to be the bears. Normally, one base bears didn't ever seem good by Night Elves in this matchup, but immolation seems to have changed quite a bit.
And the Demon Hunter scales very, very well, of course. Level 4 is a bigger upgrade than it's ever been for that Demon Hunter. Might even incentivize Night Elves to creep a little bit more alongside their Panda, but of course for now it's just solo creeping on the Panda, solo creeping on the Tauren Chieftain. TC is going to be the first to level 3. And then FoCuS. The question is, will he go for a tier 2 expansion? If he wants to do it, I think he's got to do it sooner rather than later, or else he's going to be expanding into the bear timing of 15 Sway. For now, we'll just both creep and heal scrolls are first available for 15 Sway. He might want to just buy those just to steal them, honestly.
-1 mana burn. Panda in trouble. He's got the TP. Gonna need to pop it soon. Raider's coming over. He's got the aura. Ensnare ready. Gets the archer, right? Gets the archer. Alright, barely. That's the TP burned. This is always the dangerous thing for Night. When they rush tier 3, there's gonna be a moment of weakness before tier 3 is ready. And that window is something FoCuS wants to try to make use of. Yeah, I also think the expansion should be the proper play here, and a peon is coming.
Yeah, FoCuS has done a great job so far of just controlling the map. You can't allow the Demon Hunter to just run around, do whatever he wants, harass your base, chase down your grunts. Can't give him all the space in the world to just creep the Panda to 3, creep the DH to 4. You have to control the map. You have to disallow him from getting any super valuable creep camps. And FoCuS so far has done that at the Murloc in the early game, at the 12 o'clock, defending the grunts in the main base, creep jacking him at the shop, forcing the TP. FoCuS has been in full control this entire game, and we'll see if 15 Sway can take that control a little bit back now that his tier 3 has been reached. Another 30 seconds for Master Bear training.
Oh, before Masters with perfect time for FoCuS to fight. He's got the level 3 TC and that heal scroll and use the Ensnare. Couldn't morph into bear form yet. That's how you can dodge Ensnares. Blade Master in trouble as well. Heal scroll needed very early. Here comes the Stomp, and now the Spirit Link helps him. As long as the Blade survives, FoCuS would be looking great here.
A really nice kill. That's all he needed, honestly. Get one bear before the timing, get out, the expansion's coming. That's absolutely perfect for FoCuS. Again, just controlling the map, forcing 15 Sway to go back and heal, forcing 15 Sway to be defensive in his base, and forcing 15 Sway to wait for more bears before the rejuve is available. Does he want to burn through what little moon juice he has now that he's lacking 50% of his bear army? Or Venom purchase, more AoE. But the Panda still needs level 3. That 12 o'clock creep camp could come into play here.
Using the Stomp against the creeps. Alright, FoCuS wants to clean up this camp fast. Level 4 TC, not quite as strong anymore with the aura nerf nowadays, but still very good. As the Blade also is about to hit level 3, and he got the next heal scroll. How much longer for the Expo? Half a minute perhaps, and then FoCuS seems to have quite the lead in this game.
TC has 2 more claws, by the way, for the Blade. I don't know if he's going to be able to pass those, because we saw how quickly the Blade melted in the last exchange. But if he can, the crits are going to be off the chart. Level 3 on the way. And again, controlling the map, Remo Demon. Not allow the Panda to have level 3. Creepjack again, and this time around, no town portal, and another bear falls.
Immolation popped. Affects 2 of the grunts right now, but the bears, we don't have enough yet. Here comes the Stomp. And no mana for mana burn anymore. This TC isn't getting burned.
Oh my god. And all the bears fall. This has been an excellent game, and the Demon Hunter double crit. What a great game for FoCuS.
Yeah.
Absolutely fully in control the entire time, start to finish.
Stellar performance. Super well played. Man, what a first map by FoCuS. Shows that there is indeed a way to beat Immolation.
Who would have thought, eh? Super clean. Like, this is the FoCuS that I was hoping to see. From start to finish, real nice. The timing at the Murloc camp was really good. Even though Remo says that could have been done a little better, but it still took experience away. And from there on out, there wasn't really a way back for 15 Sway, was there?
No, not really. He just couldn't. Every time he moved out, it seemed like FoCuS just knew exactly where he was and creepjacked and just got little bits of value. FoCuS never overcommitted, which is so easy to do against DH Panda, with DH with Immolation, that is. You know, just like it's easy to commit against any sort of AoE army, AoE heroes. You could just go in a little bit too long, not have a heal scroll, have Spirit Link on everything, and before you know it, your entire army is dead. But he would just go in, get one bear, go in, force the TP, back up, heal, and then just repush little bits of value over a long period of time. And FoCuS, it's just like, did he make any real mistakes other than some slight, maybe last hit mistakes on that first camp? I don't think so.
I have good news, everybody, because the number above Remo's head is just rising. 2,213, you guys, are you kidding me? This is profile pictures for KMS 3D. All of them. All 4. Great. Also, wait for it with the Night Elf picture. Webinok with a big $50 donation. And KMS 3D on top of the profile pictures with $30. Nice as always. This has been a very, very good map for the W3Champions prize pool.
Champ. Shout out to you guys. We're getting up there. We're getting up there.
Our sub counter is also rising thanks to 7G, 45 month, Snorlax with the 23 month. Keep up the good work. And your voice is Ambrosia with the 38 month. Much love, everybody. All
right. So LR, map number 2, also a Talon map. I would say EI and LR are the 2 most common Talon maps. Maybe AZ behind those, although not a commonly played map any longer. But yeah, LR, I would almost certainly expect Demon Hunter yet again.
All right, and we load this up with the 1-0 lead for FoCuS. Next map is Last Refuge. Might need a rehost, or things are just slow. We'll see about that. But yeah, this was almost as good as it gets.
All right, relaunch time. The first time for today. 4 games in, not too bad.
Yeah, these join bugs happen a little more since patch 1.35. The team is already working on it, also for a long-term solution. Shout out W3Champions team. If you want to help them, that's of course easily doable. Just reach out if you guys can code or just want to do a little bit of moderation work. We welcome you with open arms to the W3Champions team. As you can see here, we're always looking for people who can do moderation, obviously, and also JavaScript, C#, .NET, jQuery, Rust, TypeScript, and Node. And if you want to help on the graphic side of things or just social media, help us out. Feel free, reach out. We need more people, new, fresh blood.
All right, attempt number 2. This time around, their MMR is not exactly the same, but very, very close, both around the 2,500 mark. And about to jump into LR.
And that indeed is a very good Talon map. By far the best Talon map, IMO. And Cini also a player who's very familiar with that style in early GCS days, practicing with Foggy. That's when we saw Talons all day, every day. So, yeah. Keeper and Hunts would tremendously surprise me.
Yeah. And also a map that can be very, I don't want to say easily, but a map that's focused for the orc around controlling. You oftentimes skip shop, go cross map, try to creepjack at the Murloc. Now, I've been told, although it looks like we're going to actually have a Peon Scout, which is not the most common thing on this map. I've been told on this map that you can actually take the item from the first green and then immolation creep the Murloc, and if the orc does not speed scroll, which obviously folks are probably going to skip the shop, you can't stop the level 2 on the Demon Hunter. I've been told that, but I haven't seen it yet, so let's see if that's what 15 Sway does.
It is the Demon Hunter indeed against the Blade. The 2 agility carries will be duking it up once more. I guess with that Peon Scout, you can pull the Murlocs away, right? So maybe that's the option here that FoCuS going to be looking for. And he's going for the shop. Okay, I like that. Against Demon Hunter, I feel like you don't want to skip that shop. You want to have those heal cells. You want to pressure. You want to tax the Moonwells. Against Keep, I always feel like it's better to just skip shop, run across, get circlet, and all that. But here, I like this play, and FoCuS would love to stack up the blade once more. He had all the claws in the world already on map 1.
Yeah, this, of course, as you mentioned, will mean that he's going to try to get that item from the green camp. I think the timing means he just wants the item. But yeah, just touch on that peon. What you can do is try to also just block the Demon Hunter, although it's difficult to do that and micro your blade. But, you know, you see this a very small choke point. Where the Demon Hunter is going is pretty telegraphed, so you can try to delay by doing that and by doing what FoCuS just did, pulling the creeps, but not going to delay too much, just a couple of seconds here and there. And the first item, the circlet, much better than the claws for the Demon Hunter nowadays, but the claws of haste, not going to be too bad either. He builds the shop, but doesn't
weird.
do a route to use it, yeah. Huh.
Seemed like this Peon Scout gave him some information that made him adjust his play. But it was very standard what he saw there. Demon Hunter gets some great items, slippers extremely strong, and gonna pick up that level 2 nice and quick, where the blade got the Wand of Illusion. Only 2 charges nowadays, but still pretty good.
Demon Hunter goes forward with half HP and a little over that in mana. Blade Master, yeah, with those 2 charges is gonna have plenty of information and the ability to take that expansion, I suppose, if he wanted, with that illusion tanking. Demon Hunter chases a grunt, but in doing so gives up the priest. That's a weird overextension from 15 Sway. A mistake, for sure.
And that's a really big mistake. That should have been an obvious play.
Yeah.
And the Demon Hunter with the 2 items, with a level 2, he's really strong right there. There were no salves for FoCuS yet. This is a pretty big early game mistake that shouldn't really have happened, but there we are.
Yeah, like, if 15 Sway there wanted to chase the grunt to the shop and then run into the creeps, buy circlet dust, go back to where he knows the blade is creeping, dust and chase with a double mana burn, that would have been a perfectly fine play. Give up the creep, but get all the mana gone on the Blade Master. Totally acceptable, but now he's really risking it. Gets the big creep, and he'll want to go back and finish up those ogres. They're both half HP. He's committed the health for it. Might as well heal up and go finish that camp. That'll be, I believe, level 3.
Does he have enough juice to fully heal? Yep. Works out this time. The mana was still looking pretty good. FoCuS also continuing to creep. Gonna get his own level 2 here in a bit. But the Demon Hunter can get more experience here, perhaps. But doesn't seem to be off to the fastest start here.
Surprised he sold that one there. Thought he would keep that. And surprised he also didn't finish the shop, but he wants to creep the next item. Grunt scouts it, and will be Talons, by the way. We don't have a Hunter's Hall unless I'm crazy and missed something. No, I did not. So it will be Talons this game, and this item... Ooh, yeah, dust is there, and the damage is too much. And another one for 15 Sway now.
He got both consumables. That's like unheard of. That normally never happens. Perhaps FoCuS here not aggressive enough, or not paying enough attention to this option. Both one of mana stealings go to the Night Elf side, and well, if he doesn't want to use it later, although it can be very good, would also be lots of gold for him.
Yeah, I gotta say, seeing Blade vs. TH, Talons, TC, Raider Walker, and seeing like a human mirror on Twisted Meadows earlier, this is feeling very old school. Like, I was just watching this game, and it's like, oh, it feels like I'm watching, Grubby vs. Remind or something from back in the day, and then that human mirror feels like, I'm seeing like Sky vs. Infi or something from back in the day. Just seeing it on Twisted Meadows. Very old school so far, this patch has been, and Demon Hunter is going to be creepjacking like he always has been.
Can he get the last hit maybe with a burn? Not really. Blade gets the experience, triple circlet. Very good for him. And the Demon not quite healthy enough to stick around here for too much longer. But it's mostly distraction. And the Beastmaster's creeping up in the north. This one of the big reasons why this map's so good for Talons is the ability to creep before you have Master Training. One grunt goes down, but Demon has to back up.
The amount of damage there, just for the second the DH. I thought he was going to kill all 3 grunts with the blade. Wasn't in position if he was just going to give the XP to the TC and move the blade across. All 3 grunts could have died. Wisp going to see the TC, going to see the creeping, but as you mentioned, Beastmaster, ton of experience, and I like that Lion Horn for the Talons. The extra armor on these low supply units, very, very good. The Beastmaster, he can get up to level 3. That's a crucial level to deny things like towers at an expansion, scouting, lots of information, hit and run tactics. Very crucial level.
Having that level 3 early on the blade is also pretty nice. This gives him lots of opportunity to stalk around with a level 2 Windwalk, and found another pair of claws. These drops have been amazing for FoCuS.
Yeah. Can't say they carried him in the first game. They were nice, but I think his positioning and scouting carried him in the first game. But for this game, the triple circlet, claws, they make a big difference against the Talons, and FoCuS goes for the kind of, yeah, this is the Lin timing, the classic Lin timing. First Raider, first Walker, go across the map, try to deny some of the creeping.
So he has to back up. He's still got some creeps available. Again, this is the strength of LR. Pretty easy creeping to be done before you have master training. On tougher maps, when you don't have master training, you have zero map control. Sometimes there's not much at all you can do in the early game and mid-game stages. This is where LR is so much better for the Night Elves. With the lab still being available, even with a few creeps at the shop being available. But FoCuS knows that he's strong right now. He's trying to perhaps find some kills or at least steal some creeps.
Yeah, FoCuS certainly knows he's strong, and 15 Sway does as well. That's why we see all the Talons stay in the base. If you allow the Talons to leave the base too early, magic damage, really good at creeping. He could creep the lab quite easily, 15 Sway, but because FoCuS showed that Raider, it's going to deter 15 Sway from moving out before Master Training's done, and it's going to be another, what, 30, 35 seconds right now. FoCuS again controls the map, although Blade Master out of mana. Ooh, I like the Soaker Magi Snipe, but I don't know if it's possible without the whole army.
FoCuS again playing his map control really well. It's taking a while to kill this boy though. Need to go for a Zeppelin here in a second. Gets the item, Mana Stone.
Jesus.
Items, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And no level 2 burn yet.
Shockwave. Yeah, there's going to be at least one more Shockwave in this fight if it goes long enough, and the Talons are all stuck. Might have to Crow Form. They do Crow Form, and they all live because of it. Actually, 15 Sway could maybe turn around, but the Beastmaster's surrounded. Shockwave!
Oh, nice. 15 Sway is losing lots of HP. It's gonna be hard for him to heal up. TP's out, saves the Beastmaster. Gets a kill there as well on the Walker. Alright. This is gonna take a lot of Moon Juice though.
Oh, yeah, I like this from FoCuS. The peons being pulled. It's something I feel like when we went into Grunt Shaman or like Headhunter Shaman meta, people forgot about pulling peons to help with walkers. Like, it's only really done in Orc Mirror, but certainly can be good against Night Elf still, too. You have the extra lumber. He's going to be able to do that and be able to build a forward shop, scouting, extra Spirit Link, buffer in the front. All good things. But yeah, the healing was not there for 15 Sway. These Moonwells are going to be dry for a long, long time, and it's only barely halfway through daytime.
Did pick up the orb, did get level 3, is about to get level 3 Beastmaster, which is also a big level up and can get the Tinker in a moment, but FoCuS is ready to receive him at the tavern. We'll be greeting him with a drink of his own making. I don't think 15 Sway likes the taste much. First Shockwave connects quite nicely.
Up and now the Beastmaster, pushing vulnerability, hero focus. Crit goes on the Demon Hunter, but now the Beastmaster, the staff is on the wrong hero. Heal Scroll can be only used, but he uses the Shockwave. The staff on the Tinker was not used. It was passed, and the Heal Scroll not used to save him either. And there's still the Mana Stone, which was just popped, and the Shockwaves have all landed flush. There's just no chance. FoCuS is just destroying 15th Sway. The Shockwave, Remo Nemo.
Not quite as perfect, but again, a really clean, really good game by FoCuS. He impresses me today, and 15 Sway, well, decent game, I suppose, but in the end, not enough teeth to compare with a bite.
FoCuS is just owning, dude. This is crazy strong. And we've seen yesterday how Night Elf versus Orc games can go. Not the same here, man. It's really impressive, and FoCuS, like, last week, he became a father for the second time. It's not that he's not busy or just sleeping all day and practicing and studying everything in Warcraft. No, busy family man. Joining the tournament, just wrecking people left, right, and center. This looking really good.
Yeah, this tournament, there's always like one Orc player. It feels like all the Orc players in War 3 Champions are like cups, right? But there's a limited amount of water. You can only transfer the water between the cups. So like in a lot of the tournaments, you know, all the Orc players give Soen all the water. This tournament, Hitman sewing. Everyone's just transferring it to FoCuS's cup, and it's full to the brim right now, baby.
Yeah, really impressive. Didn't really expect that, to be honest. He has 3 match points, just as Sock did before. He could be his next opponent, and FoCuS just has 15 Sway's number. I wouldn't be too surprised if it's yet another 3-0, but then the 2 people with the clean sheet duking it out. This is, of course, Happy's bracket, so who do you think he'd love to face more? Sock? FoCuS?
Well, I think we know the answer to that one.
Still?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
oh,
yeah.
for sure.
Okay. Not asking questions anymore. But thanking people. Thank you, Etools88 for the Prime sub. We're really close to 1,600 subs. You guys can make it happen if you want and if you can afford it, of course. Thank you, Working Man 77 for purchasing a human profile picture. 2,218. We're $32 away from 2,250, which would look quite nice. Or 2,500, of course, would look even better. But speaking of looks like we have a new game. The match point game.
Yep, and it's going to be on Twisted Meadows, which could be a return to standard if ever we were going to see it.
Yeah, I would also expect a keeper here. Such a good hit and run map, such a good expansion map, and with the keeper, that's just so much easier than with the demon. FoCuS not going for the laboratory. That was very weird. That's not how you say that. The laboratory.
That's not how I say it either. Laboratory.
That's why I should just say lab and have done with it. This could be a FoCuS game, eh?
Could be. If anyone was going to do it, would expect it from FoCuS. But yeah, the lab hasn't been entirely common. It's been so long since I've seen this map, I can't even remember what the good spawns for the lab was. It was upper left that was the easiest, right?
Yeah.
And then bottom right, I think, was second. This spawn was the hardest, and then the top right was the third most difficult, I believe. But it's been a while.
We were right about the keeper, but it is not a FoCuS. It is a Blade Master once more. This can be a great map for Blade Master Shadow. So many creeps, so many amazing items.
Canceled? He just canceled.
Oh my goodness!
He rebuilt it. That's a mistake.
That's a huge mistake. Oh my god.
I mean, could you ask for a regame? I would.
Wait a minute. Wait, he didn't cancel though. He's got perfect lumber, you know? He doesn't have an uneven amount. Huh?
Okay, but the Ancient War is late, and I did see a building get canceled. I don't know if I'm losing my mind or not, Remo Demo. It is late. Yeah, a lot, really late. I don't know. We just have a second well, though. Is that the difference in lumber? What's going on? What's going on, Remo?
It's strange. I'm confused. I am confused. FoCuS probably as well. He's like, why the hell is there no AOW here, buddy boy?
Well, you know, there was a time back in the day when it was always Demon Hunter first, talking back to my my reminiscing of old school Warcraft from the last game, where it was always 3 hunt tech on this map. 3 hunt tech into bears, Demon Hunter keeper. That was the standard back in the good old 2007s, 2008s. And this is looking like a 3 hunt tech build, but with the keeper first this time around.
Thank you, Geichi, for gifting a sub, and Fancy for SETI with a prime as well, and Gaming Brewer. Thank you all very much.
And Ulrock saying Warcraft 3 Greater Schalke versus Cologne and Black Rayman. Remo, what is your opponent on the ESL Championship? It will be tough season for X-Lord. And Reisbauer saying this sub is dedicated to Neo's beautiful nose.
Very nice, very nice.
That's a good sub. Like that.
People never say that to me. They just say I have my dad's nose, and I'm like, wait, what does that actually mean? They don't say your dad has a nice nose and you have a nice nose and you have your dad's nose, but they just say you have your dad's nose. I'm left in the dirt, left in the dust.
Well, it's better than having your dad's back pain, I suppose.
I thought you were gonna say.
Wait.
Yeah, I was worried for a second as well.
No. I would never.
I can't go there. My dad watches the stream sometimes. Let me watch it right now.
Jesus.
Mercamp during nighttime, the old orc classic, which 15 Sway isn't scouting for. That seems like that should be the most important position for a Wisp to be at these Merc camps, to look for exactly these plays.
Oh.
And mirror image. Hell yeah.
I love it. I love it. The first of which we're seeing in this tournament. It might be the second time. I think someone might have gone for it once, and then swiftly got destroyed. But this could be the first game we really see it get some value out of FoCuS, especially, even though it does damage now, I think especially in the scouting department is where it's very, very useful. He's scouting for any tricky expansions right now, FoCuS. But so far for 15 Sway, it's nothing too crazy, but there is an expansion coming up.
The illusion, the mirror image, may see it here at some point, but on this map especially, it's basically impossible to prevent an expansion. FoCuS could counter-expand. That is a very popular style. He's got lots of options. He could just also stay one base, go super heavy creeping. This can be a wonderful map to pimp up these dual hero orc combo. What about some tier 3? I'd like to see some tier 3. Can we get some of that, maybe?
Yeah. Ooh, the illusion perfectly timed to scout the expansion expires, and the blade is going to be there. Okay, he's got a big potion of vulnerability. It's 15 seconds long enough. And he's got mirror image. Could he cancel this? Does he have enough damage? Is there a world?
I don't think he has the DPS
The
here.
keeper's 1 HP.
Oh.
Potion of vulnerability, speed scroll, wind walk, force the TP, cancel the tree? Question mark.
Look at that damage! Oh my god. The illusion. 3 damage per hit, boys.
4, thank you. Okay, but the regen's more than the last damage point.
Wait, he's got the invuln. I didn't consider the invuln. Yeah, he definitely gets the... Wait.
He gets the cancel and probably the TP if he wants the speed scroll right now.
Damn, son. That's a big play.
Wow.
That's a huge play. 15 Sway is in hot water.
In his Bugatti? Is that the accent I just heard?
Bugatti.
Alright, so Moonwell's drier than they once were, but it is still nighttime. There's level 3, and this is where 15 Sway has to make a play. He's got to make a comeback. But the issue is, even though he's got Entangle level 2 now, it's only Huntresses, and the first Wind Rider's out. And once that Wind Rider's out, it's pretty easy for the Orc to defend this pressure.
Yeah, with the expansion cancel, there's so much time bought. This could be a perfect moment to go tier 3 FoCuS, just saying. But then again, he wants to build a decently sized 50 supply army first. He knows exactly what's going on. Sees the Keeper moving into the middle. Doesn't want to give up this shop too easily.
One salve is perfect. Waits for the Keeper attack. He did get a crystal ball. I was checking to see if he used it to rescout that expansion, but it's not on cooldown just yet.
Oh my god, Carson's dad is actually in chat saying, "You got my style."
That's
what a baller.
I believe he's sub too. It's early. I guess it's only 8 AM. Yeah, it's not that early. It's early for me. Alright, so Blade Master gonna wind walk, or barely get away with the mirror image rather. And the Tree of Life wasn't scouted by the crystal ball yet. I really don't know. It's the crystal ball's used now. What the hell did he scout? I don't know what he scouted with the crystal ball.
Alright, FoCuS looking pretty strong here. This Orc army around 50 supply, very potent, much more so than the Night Elf army usually. Lacking a bit in levels perhaps. Shadowhunter would love to be level 3, that is still a ways off. And FoCuS seems to want to counter-expand here soon. First, we have the first big fight of the game. Piercing damage against Hunters here, very potent. And the Mirror Image helps out, gets him out of the Entangle. Shadow Priest goes down though. There's not too much Dispel left on FoCuS' side anymore. Pops the Speed Scroll, gets away. And this is looking surprisingly not terrible for the Night Elf. I thought he was just going to get demolished here. Oh, but then again, maybe he is. The Huntress? No way, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, the Shaman kills are what counts, but ooh, the Alchemist. I believe you have to be past the town portal. Don't want to use that Potion of Vulnerability here because you're probably just going to eventually have to use the TP as well. This is all time for the expansion, which is now finishing. Goldmine going to be entangling in a second, but look at the supply. And the Shadowhunter can creep one more big camp, get level 3. Shaman has just enough mana to save the Berserker, and the Alchemist should be dead. Did he make it to the shop? Nope. Is donezo. Blade's almost 4, Remadima, man.
If he had denied himself, that would have actually been great.
Yeah.
Would have bought lots of time. Alchemist going to be revived very soon. But 15 Sway, he might just lose his main base. I think if FoCuS just runs into his main, he could just kind of destroy him right now. Of course, we have much more easily the ability to see all of the forces for 15-20. I'll tell you, it's not looking impressive right now what he has.
Oh yeah, this has been a very, very dominant series from FoCuS. Hey, Aluminum Sausage, thanks for gifting a sub to my dad. Appreciate that. Fuck. There's a 2-month resub now. Okay, Blade is a 1-man army. He's going to chase away that keeper. Well, the Shadowhunter goes forward. Level 2, we saw Hitman trying this pressure yesterday, and it didn't work out on Northern Isles, but today, it's certainly going to work for FoCuS, at least to kill this expansion.
Yeah, dude, this is a shellacking. Yesterday, you guys had really close games. I'll tell you, this is not one of those games.
This Expo is donezo. Maybe Hero FoCuS, forcing that Blade to TP. Maybe that's the play for 15 Sway. Would buy him a lot of time. If he can do that, I would give him an opportunity to come back, but I doubt FoCuS is going to give him that option.
To be honest, I feel like FoCuS is kind of making 15 Sway look like a adept player today.
Yes.
This is not looking close. Surround here, doesn't have a staff, tries to free him. That's kind of neat, but not good enough. Double level up. Yeah, this is it, and this was very one-sided.
Brutal! This entire series was just brutal. Not even the power of immolation could help 15 Sway, and then last resort, moving back to the keeper. Didn't work out either, man. FoCuS, even that Warlord at the shop fell to him with the last hit. This was just sick map control, sick execution, everything done right. FoCuS comes in prepared and is in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, he sure made me look bad. I was laughing at immolation. I was calling it a little broken in the break. FoCuS makes me look like a fool yet again, as he should. And yeah, Sock versus Chaimiko, even though it was a 3-0, it didn't look that dominant for Sock. Of course, Chaimiko probably being the more difficult opponent between the two, but FoCuS, just like Remo said, made 15 Sway look like a noob, and that's not something I say often. 15 Sway is normally a player that I'm like, wow, he's playing the game perfectly. He knows exactly what to do at every stage in the game. He's got incredible game sense, incredible understanding of all the strategies, but today, strategy didn't matter. FoCuS made ORC look completely broken.
Yeah. In the hands of a good player, this race is pretty damn good. And now we got one more game for today, and that is the quarterfinal. Sock going 3-0 over Chaimiko, FoCuS going 3-0 over 15 Sway, and now they clash. One of them has to lose maps, maybe even both. So let's see if we have more contributions. We actually do. Etules with the $10 and Azakuya with $5 buying a Night Elf profile picture, 2,233. Guys, you like to raise the bar. Can you raise it even higher is the question. We give you a little bit of time because we go into a little break as we have to do the picks and bans and stuff. But we're also here to advertise the beauty that is W3Champions, the best server in the history of the universe of Warcraft 3. They got profiles for you that actually count your wins. Can you believe it? The function count up is working on W3Champions. We got leagues for everybody. Doesn't matter if you're just coming back to the game, just starting out. That is where the grass and bronze leagues are for. Or if you're as good or think you're as good as the players here, we got the Grandmasters League for you. And if you're one of the top 16 players, you might even be able to play our tournaments. It's super duper mega easy to set up. You go to W3Champions.com, download a little install, execute that, and then you have a little box in your Warcraft 3 main menu from where you can access W3Champions in a custom-made UI. This season, Season 13, it is the Firelord in remembrance of SK Hod, which was his favorite hero. Very, very nice touch by W3Champions. Lots of stats also available on the homepage and a beautiful community that you can reach via Discord. All the important links are on W3Champions.com. Easy to find, easy to access. The big download now button links you to the install. On the right hand side, you can find the Discord to join the community and maybe reach out to the team if you want to be part of the W3Champions dev team. You can also follow them on Twitter, and if you think, hey, I heard they have 30 servers around the world, isn't that expensive? I can tell you, hell yeah, because we're financing some of them and it's not getting cheaper. So chip in to the Patreon, PayPal, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin if you can. Or if you're watching from China. They got an Alipay set up and also WeChat Pay, so it doesn't really matter where you're from. You can chip in and support. As NetEase is not available in China anymore and Battle.net is still not where it's supposed to be, War3Champions is your #1 option. So feel free to chip into the prize pool to War3Champions or to Back to Warcraft that brings you all these wonderful games. We bring you a little bit of a break, play some ads to keep the lights on, and then we're back with the quarterfinal of SOC versus FoCuS.